Louisiana's poultry industry injects more than $600 million a year to the state's economy, but not everyone is making money. In fact, some North Louisiana poultry growers say they cannot pay their bills and as a result could lose their livelihoods. As This Week in Louisiana Agriculture's Avery Davidson shows us, the problem is not that growers are not getting birds, it's that the state's newest poultry processor may not be giving them enough chickens to get by.
The business of raising chickens is just that, a business, one which drives the economy in Union Parish. But for poultry grower Brandon O'Neill and his wife, the figures just don't add up to a profit, and in their case, not enough to support him, her, and their unborn child.
At the end of the day, this particular farm is grossing about $230,000 less a year than it should be.
The situation is pretty much the same for poultry grower Robert Hardy and his family. He says after paying his mortgage, insurance, maintenance, and utility bills for his farm, there just is not enough left over to even afford health insurance for his children.
We're at a standstill right now, and I sure hope something happens to the point where we can make a living instead of just exist.
These growers hoped that when Foster Farms took over the idled poultry processing facility in Farmerville last year, that they could again make a living. But growers say Foster Farms is not filling chicken houses to capacity. Growers call that density. These growers also say Foster Farms has cut down the number of flocks per year.
We have the ability here to easily grow 6 flocks a year, and we've barely been able to grow 5.
That means less money coming in and expenses the same as when these houses are full.
Unfortunately, in our industry, we're kind of at the integrator's mercy. We can only work with whatever it is that they hand us.
In response to our story, Foster Farms spokesperson Ira Brill issued this statement. The facility is currently operating at a capacity that meets regional demand for the company's products, permitting the placement of 925,000 birds weekly. We understand that growers are eager to increase production and reduce out time and may be tempted to compare current flock placement with past history. Ultimately, the previous course resulted in idled facilities and poultry farms.
If we don't address this issue, we're going to be in the same place we were a little over a year ago. It may not be a plant shutting down, but it's going to be farmers shutting down houses because they can't make a profit.
We were faced with potentially losing our farms when Pilgrim Pride was here. This isn't something that has happened since Foster came. With the cut density, obviously, it's gotten worse.
If God wants this to happen, it's going to happen. If I lose everything I have, I'll do something else.
But in Union Parish, there isn't much else to do, and in the end, it's the poultry industry as a whole that loses. In Farmerville, I'm Avery Davidson for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Foster Farms currently has contracts with 107 poultry growers in the region surrounding its Farmerville plant. The facility employs nearly 1,100 workers from the Arkla Miss area.